In 1916, Ole Kirk Christiansen purchased a woodworking shop in Denmark that constructed houses and furnitures. After a few years in business, the workshop was struggling. Ole had to think of something else if he wanted to remain in business. After experimenting with a few other projects, the workshop began producing wooden toys, piggy banks, JoJo's, pool toys, cars, trucks, and miniature houses. Following World War II, Ole's son Gottfred began working for the company, which now officially went by the name of LEGO. In 1947, Ole and Gottfred obtained samples of interlocking plastic bricks produced by the British company Kiddicraft. Kiddicraft called them self-locking building bricks. Inspired by this, the LEGO Group began producing its own bricks, which they instead called automatic binding bricks. In the coming years, the company grew exponentially under the leadership of Ole's son, Gottfred, since Ole had passed away. The production of wooden toys was abandoned completely as the company now solely focused on working with plastics. The Legoland Park was opened in Denmark, and as the bricks grew in popularity, LEGO quickly became a household name all over the world. The name LEGO is an abbreviation of the two Danish words leg godt, meaning play well, and while not the intention from the beginning, it was later discovered that in Latin, the word Lego can loosely be interpreted as I put together or I assemble. They also considered the name Legio with the implication of a legion of toys. Another important part of LEGO are the minifigures, but the minifigs weren't invented until 30 years after the LEGO brick. Its inception came in 1978 in the form of a policeman with black clothes and a white hat. And to be honest, the design has stayed more or less the same ever since. The figs became more and more diversified as more variations were released, but for the next 11 years, they would all have the same face. Every single one of them. It wasn't until 1989 that someone realized how creepy this becomes after a while, and thus some other facial expressions were introduced. So far, over 4 billion minifigs have been produced. After the company's decline in the late 1990s and hitting its lowest peak in 2004 when they almost had to file for bankruptcy, the LEGO Group has done quite well for themselves. In fact, since the release of the LEGO Movie, LEGO is now the largest toy manufacturer in the world. And since 1958, the company has produced over 560 billion bricks, which means that as of this moment, if divided equally, everyone on Earth would have 78 LEGO bricks. If you tried connecting a LEGO brick from 1958 with a brick from today, they would still interlock. This is because LEGO uses a universal system that means that despite variation in design, size and purpose, they all remain compatible. Even LEGO Duplo bricks, which are several times larger than ordinary bricks, still connect. Which is quite impressive given that only 6 pieces of 2x4 bricks would produce a staggering 950,103,765 possible combinations. Some quite amazing things have been constructed using LEGO bricks. For example, the world's tallest LEGO structure at 34.76 meters. Top Gear presenter James May built a real house made out of LEGO using 3.3 million bricks. The absolute largest model ever built with only LEGO bricks is this full-scale model of an X-Wing fighter from Star Wars. It required 5.3 million bricks and 4 months to build. According to the company, the only proper way of describing the bricks is by using the word Lego as an adjective, not as a noun. So saying Legos is actually wrong, and you should instead be saying Lego bricks. Since 2007, on beaches all over the world, people have found this giant minifigurine. Okay, that sounded extremely paradoxical. A giant Lego Man has washed ashore on beaches across the globe with the message "No real than you are." Obviously, the message is that you can't trust Google Translate. It's believed that these things were created by a Dutch artist that goes by the name of Ego Leonard, which is almost certainly fake as the first 4 letters spell out Lego when inverted. No one's entirely sure why he or she is doing it, but the Lego group has at least on several occasions denied any involvement. If you take a look at the head of a minifig, you'll find that it has a hole at the top. The reason for this is that in case a child should accidentally swallow the head, they would still be able to breathe even if it got stuck in their throat. While the Lego movie might look like it was created using stop motion, the entire movie is actually CGI. The entire production process was specifically designed to make it look like stop motion. Tiny dents, specks of dust, and even smudges of fingerprints on the models, the lighting, and of course the iconic choppy movements stop motion is so well known for. Of course, the only exception would be the live action segments. But a really cool thing is that they made sure that every brick and piece seen in the movie also exists in real life, so that if you paused any scene, you could actually build it for yourself. Even in a scene like this, all the buildings and the ground and everything you see were made using individual digital bricks and pieces. You wanna know why they did that? Because everything is awesome.
The popular hit "Everything is awesome" now available in fucking Swedish.
Allting är häftigt. Allting blir fräckt när man är del av ett arbetslag. Allting är häftigt. För vi lever inuti våra drömmar.